I'm a child at heart, really, and when we go looking for messages in bottles, it's like going on a treasure hunt. Every bottle with a message in it has its own story. A story in a time capsule. The first time I found a message in a bottle, it was quite by accident. It was our dog Misha, who loves to go and retrieve plastic bottles from the water that we throw in for her during our walks. And she came running over with a bottle, and I noticed there was something inside of it, a rolled up piece of paper. On the back is written "message in a bottle," so there was no way of missing that. And it was a message from a little girl called Mia from Essex. We put this in the river at Upnor. If you find it, please let us know how far it got, which we did. So that was the start of it, really, and after that I started actively looking for messages in bottles. We found this message in a bottle earlier this year. It's from a little boy called Jack, who threw his wish into the river. He says, "I wish I could be a Dino Thunder Power Ranger, the Red Ranger from Jack." And there were no contact details, so we embarked upon a mission to find him, and through Twitter found him 3 hours later and sent him a Power Ranger outfit. And he then sent us a card with a picture of him in his attire. We're going message in a bottle hunting at Cliff in Kent, which is on the Thames estuary, and it's a perfect trap for debris that's been floating down the river. It tends to collect a lot of bottles, so it's the ideal place to find a message in a bottle. Okay, so I'm looking along the tide line because we've had a few high tides recently, and so that's where they're most likely to be. More sweet wrappers. I'd say for every 200 empty plastic bottles, you're going to find a message in a bottle. So we've been walking for literally 5 minutes and I've found the first message in a bottle of the day already. And the thrill of seeing a rolled up piece of paper in a bottle and then the anticipation of opening it and reading what it says, that's just so exciting. I can see the writing. I would love to find a very, very old message. I mean, that would be my dream, literally, to find one that's 90 or 100 years old. But the oldest one I found was put in the water I say 12 years ago. Okay, this was written on the 4th of August by Sean, and he says, "Try, try, try again, be relentless, but if it all beeps up, try something else." You get a real insight into the thoughts and feelings of the people who wrote the message at the time they wrote it. I really want to know what made him do that. I'm going to have to do a bit of research and find Sean, no doubt. It seems to get everybody very enthusiastic if you put a message out and say, "Does anybody know this person?" And so many people become enthusiastic about it. One lady who threw a message in a bottle in the river, I actually met her. It was one of the more poignant messages that I found. It was a lady who put a small bag of her sister's ashes in a bottle and set her free on the river, I suppose as a symbolic letting go. If you're going to write a message in a bottle, use pencil, because if you use pen, the sun tends to bleach the writing. Yeah, it's blank. There's one thing that all the messages in bottles I've found have got in common is that when you do throw a message into the water, you've got no choice but to let go of the outcome, really, let go of the expectation, because you have no idea if somebody's going to find your message or who's going to find it and when. And I think that whole letting go of the outcome and letting go of the expectation is something quite special to me, because I try and apply that now in my own life.